Ruben, 11 goals so far this season. Now, I've been asked to ask you a question by a certain Mr. Jake LaBelle. He asks you, how come you've only scored 11 and Nick I's got 15 when he says that you sit up there on your own all the time and he has to track back?
It's not quite like that. But obviously, I think the gaffer trying to get in my head, but I'm not gonna let him do that. But to be precise, it's actually 12 goals, not 11. I'll be keeping track. Obviously, the cup game, but who cares about that, anyways? Um, now, at the end of the day, the reality, to be honest with you, the main goal is to get promoted. The main goal is winning the league. That's my aspirations every single season, no matter where I am. Obviously, that we got a solid team, we got a young team. Do you know what I mean? There's willing to do better, and obviously, there's not such as big egos in the team. That's what I'm saying. I think that's why we doing so well at the moment.
Yeah,
Everyone just staying together. Yeah.
I mean, the Lewes win though, that was I think, a statement win. Really, I mean, they're right up there. I know they've dipped off recently, but they've got expectations themselves of getting promoted. So to go there and win, and in the manner that we won, I mean, as I say, that's made a big statement to the rest of the league, isn't it?
No, definitely, especially because obviously there's not a lot of teams in this league. They play football, and Lewis is one of them, especially at home with the ground they have. It's only right they play football. I wouldn't say it's lucky for us that we won because obviously the moment that we got on the ground, we already knew what we wanted from the game. Preparation obviously always key, but as some people know, obviously the coach was a bit delayed, but that didn't stop us from going there and getting the 3 points. The boys were just switched on from the beginning until the end, and everyone was working for each other. People were tracking runners, people were passing on information. There was like more desire, more heart on our side. Then obviously at the end of the day, the team that wanted more won the game.
As you mentioned, you got 12 goals. Yes, you got the cup goal as well, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
do you think's been the reason behind it, actually? I mean, you must be delighted with the way it started at Dover Athletic for you.
Um, I would say obviously this season here more. I've been playing more games, so last season didn't quite work out for me. Obviously, I had a shaky season. Started at Tonbridge and then I finished at Billericay. I started the season very well last season during preseason, and then I had a very deep moment where I went down in terms of performances, not scoring or assisting, which then I think kind of affected my mental side of things in terms of being on the pitch and being able to perform. And then obviously the second half of the season at Billericay, I wasn't playing that much. I probably be playing much over there, but you know how football is. You know what I mean? Obviously sometimes you told some stuff and then things actually don't end up being how it's meant to be. And yeah, this season I just, you know what, it's a fresh beginning. I've never been at Dover before. And obviously from the moment I walked in, I've seen the teammates that I had and the players that we had as well, and people they're willing to graft. So I feel like that's been helping. Not only that, I believe in God as well, and I'm a strong believer that things are working out so far so well for me because obviously I've had it worse. You know what I mean? I had like this period of my career so far that things were not clicking on, and it was just that bit of luck that people would say that I was missing. And I think at the moment, I would say we would say luck, but I like to believe it's like me putting the graft throughout these years of football.
Do you think the team's set up better for you as well this season? I mean, Jake did an interview last week just talking about how important you've been for the team and how you've been such a vital player. Do you think the way that Jake plays and the system we have and the formation we play, it suits your game?
No, definitely. Also, I'm a player. Naturally, I'm a winger. Let's say I like to play on a wide. I like getting ball to feet, going at man. I played up top when I went to Scotland. I played up top. I played up top before Billerica when they're National League South. So I'm quite familiar playing up top and playing a wide. But obviously, given my size, you know what I mean, and my strength as well, I feel like this type of football is actually is working quite well for me. Because I get in positions, you know what I mean, which are scoring positions. I get in positions where I can assist or help my teammates. So I feel like at the moment I've got nothing to say about the style of play of football that we're playing right now. At the moment it's been helping me a lot. It's been helping the team, and I feel like it's been suiting us and it works. So I've got no complaints about it at all.
I mean, it must be wonderful going into each game knowing that we got goal scorers across the field. I mean, obviously your goals, obviously George's, Nikai's goals, and of course Baps. The three of you have been absolutely on fire, and of course, other players can chip in as well. So that's great, isn't it? The fact that you know that if you don't score, one of the others will.
Nah, definitely. Because obviously, as you see, it's in some of the teams, you might have one top goal scorer whatsoever, and you can target that play quite easily. But without us having two, three guys they can actually score, do you know what I mean? It's refreshing because that means the eyes are not always on you, which kind of releases the pressure, and then it just lets you play your football and enjoy your time while you're on the pitch.
Now, of course, you're a player that's done you didn't come directly from Folkestone, of course, but you did play for Folkestone. You've done the divide. Have you got any stick from the Folkestone fans since you've started playing for Dover?
When I left Folkestone last season, I went to Belleriki. To be fair, I don't really care about where they say or not. Do you know what I mean? Whatever club I go to, I just try to perform for that club. I could not give anything. Do you know what I mean about what the fans think or say about me? I'm on a pitch there. I'm there to perform and to get the best out of me and enjoy my football. But there was when I went to Belleriki last season. There was a there was one particular comment that I saw that someone said, "Oh, he couldn't run for us." Look, good luck running for you guys. And obviously, in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, fair play. If that's what you think, that's your own opinion. You live by that. You do whatever you want to do with that. But for me, it's not really going to affect me because people they know me. Do you know what I mean? They know I'm going to graft. They know like the potential that I have, and I believe in my abilities to do good.
Yeah, and it's good. As we say, we keep saying this every week. There's a really good mix of personalities in the dressing room. Just tell us from your own point of view how you found all the different personalities and how it's all sort of blended together perfectly, on the field and off the field as well.
Now, honestly, what I would say the fact that we have a very young team, it shows the levels of like everyone is kind of on the same boat, everyone understands the same banter, everyone got sort of the same likes. Might have a few old heads, JT, which is not that old, but JT, Mitch, any whatsoever, but they all understand the banter and work together. So it's like every time you go to training, every time you go to games, before the games, you know what I mean? We always have catching a good vibe in the changing room, which is either singing, dancing, mocking each other hairstyles or pictures, which they've done the last night to me on Twitter. It's like I feel like that just creates like a very good team bonding. And obviously going into get the games, it released the pressure once again, do you know what I mean, in order to perform more. Because obviously people we know we expect from other teams, you know what I mean? Now, but it's like teams don't really know what to expect from us. So we to get jumps just keep pushing each other on the pitch.
Now, off the field, I know there's a lot of banter, and I know that there's a fine system in place, and Bailiff Baps is in charge of that. Just tell us how that fine system works, who's racking up the fines, and I understand all this money is going to a very good social cause over Christmas.
Yeah, with the fine system, obviously whoever's in the committee, I don't agree with it because obviously, I believe so that we should have like some London boys in the committee, and we discussed that. But if I don't really care, I don't really get fined to be fair, because I make sure I try to stay on my point. I don't like getting fined. I don't like my money taken away from me. I got bills to pay. You know what I mean? But but some of the fines are quite harsh because especially when it's not your fault. For example, just an example, one of the games, my car, my tire popped on the M-way, and I was 10 minutes away from the training ground. I ended up being an hour late just before going to the warm up, and they were trying to charge me they're trying to fine me because of that. Whenever things like that, I'm always gonna nibble every single time. But they always see the boys do that just to banter. But it's a good thing because then it keeps people on their toes as well. Do you know what I mean? Because things like lateness, you know what I mean? People or there's some fans that are involved with the games in terms of like conduct and stuff like that. It's good that we have that because then it keeps people on their toes and keep it professional at the same time.
Yeah, and of course, all this is going to a trip to Ireland, isn't it, over Christmas? Just explain about that. Before Christmas, isn't it? In a
Yeah.
couple of weeks' time, I think.
So it's like it's going to be a Christmas due. Obviously, I think a lot of teams do that. A lot of teams will be over there as well. So we're going to go to Dublin for Christmas due. It should be fun. Just get together with the boys. You know what I mean? Fancy dress. You know what I mean? Each one got a letter. So with that letter, they need to pick a dress. And obviously, we're just going to go up out in Dublin and just see what's about Dublin. Just see what's nice over there.
Is it literally the players or the coaching staff coming?
No. The stuff is coming as well. They need to come as well, and they know that they got a letter as well. So yeah, I think it will be interesting. It will be a lot of banter, a lot of jokes. It will be very good for the team as well to be together and to make it stronger as well, the connection.
Have you decided what you're going to dress as?
No, I haven't. And to be fair, I kind of forgot my letter. I need to I need to look for the letter. I kind of forgot it, but it will be something surprising. It will be something nice.
Who are you looking forward to seeing dressed up the most?
I would say Jerry. I
And
would
why is
say
that?
Jerry. Yeah, Jerry. I would say because Jerry's just a funny guy. He's honestly me and him always go to training and games together, and it's like we're constantly talking, and it's just the band. So I would expect him to come something flashy. To be fair.
Brilliant. And of course, this weekend, a really good game for the fans and the players. A top of the table clash. I can't remember the last time we said that at Dover. Cray Valley Paper Mills, and they've been going great, haven't they? Cray Valley Paper Mills. So
Mhm.
this is a big game for us, isn't it?
No, definitely. Obviously, every game is a big game, regardless of anything. Every game is like a final. Um, Obviously, Cray, we played them in the cup a few weeks ago. We won. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure it was their full squad as well. It was not a full squad, so it'll be good to see on the Saturday. Hopefully in front of a very good group of fans. How we would perform. Do you know what I mean? Against them. But I think it would be a very good game.
Yeah.
Um, as we're both up there.
But you have to give them a lot of credit actually, because they've actually come up the leagues, haven't they? They've actually had a couple of promotions, and they've got a very good manager who's done a good job there. I mean, I think they got a draw against Charlton recently in the FA Cup just last
Mhm.
season.
Yeah. Literally. Obviously, I knew some of the boys that were playing last season over there. I knew some of the boys there. They moved on as well. To some new clubs. Some of the boys, but I think their team is majority of the team is stayed back. So which means that their group is quite strong in terms of the connection, the team bonding. So I feel like that's what could make the difference because they've been playing together for so long, 2-3 years or whatsoever. They could have an impact. But obviously, I believe in our ability. I believe in our team. Do you know what I mean? They will do way better than they will do as long as we come in with the right mindset into the game.
Because at the moment, as things stands, 5 points clear at the top. Obviously, a fantastic goal difference. So it's effectively 6 points really with the goal difference.
Yeah.
But this is a great opportunity, isn't it? Because if you beat Cray Valley Paper Mills, then obviously you extend that lead, and it just gives you a bit of breathing space.
No, definitely. Oh, like I said, every game is a cup final, and no matter what, I want to win. You know what I mean? No matter what, I want to increase the gap. Even yesterday after the game, I was talking to the boys. Everyone was just thinking already about Saturday, and we were just saying, like, I want to increase this distance here to, I don't know, 20 points difference. You know what I mean? I don't want to have no one sniffing anyone in the first place while we're there. So in God's will, we'll continue doing well and continue winning games, and then obviously push off to create the bigger gap.
Now, Jake obviously started this interview with his question, but I want to ask you about Jake actually. I mean, Jake's obviously a Dover legend in his own right, but he's actually turning out to be a decent manager. Just tell us what it's like working for him, and and also how he's helped you.
Yeah, you're trying to get me in a situation over here. If I say something bad, I'm dropped next weekend. Nah, on true honesty, working with Drake honestly has been amazing since the beginning. He's always been honest, even when I got in first into the club. Obviously, he was on before I signed. I've seen a couple clips of me, but also I was playing a different position. It wasn't even a winger, and I was playing a different position in the game. He saw a couple clips. He was not really feeling me, like he wasn't really fancying me a bit. But then once he saw me and the game's going on, he's like he gave me the praise. And obviously one of the things I like to do is I kind of like prove people wrong, even though if I don't know what they're thinking of me, but having them like have a second thought about me, saying like, no, actually, like he is a good player. It kind of gives me the thing of like this is someone that I can work with, someone that's actually honest with me. And so far, he's been honest with me throughout the whole time I've been here. He asked not only forget about football things. You know what I mean, just like as a person, most important thing. He like how my job is going. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like we spoke in the beginning, we spoke about family. Him and Mike. Do you know what I mean? Being supportive there. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, because they know my family's back in Portugal. If I needed to see them, I could have a conversation with them and let them know if I need to go see the family and stuff like that. But obviously, knowing me, I love football too much, so they can wait for a second. But no, honestly, it's been amazing. I've got no words. Gaffer got good banter as well, very good banter as well. And also, what he wants is from the boys to do well, literally every single game. He wants everyone to push on, and I think it's very rare to find that in football. Do you know what I mean?
Ruben, you say your family's in Portugal. Just explain to us about that. And I mean, did you actually originally come from Portugal, or were you born over here? Just tell us a little bit about your family background.
Yeah. No, I was born in Portugal, and then I moved to UK when I was 15. So my mom used to live here before, and then I moved here, and then my dad kind of saw my parents aren't together, but my dad moved in to England. Then I moved in for with him for a bit, and then he went back to Portugal. Also, my mom as well has gone back. So then I stayed. Then I went to Scotland, came back. Then I stayed with my auntie, which is like my sort of second mom. And then obviously my cousin, which is my kind of is my brother. I told everyone is my brother. And then yeah, like now I'm by myself. But yeah, like literally majority of my family. I got family here, cousins, uncles, and whatsoever, whatnot. But like my main ones, like my dad and my sister, they over there in Portugal.
Okay, and I'm assuming they're keeping tabs on your exploits.
Nah, not really. Not
No.
really. Not really. Obviously, my sister sees through the social media. Whenever I repost something or I like something, she will see it or she'll ask me like, "Oh, how did the game go?" My dad will ask me like, "Oh, how am I doing?" Stuff like that. And then obviously the game he would ask me like how the game go as well. And I tell him when I played, I scored, but he's like, "Oh, well done." That's about it. That's about it. But I know they're rooting for me. Do you know what I mean? And I know like my dad keeps telling me to just keep grafting, keep your head down, keep being humble, and obviously things will fall into your place. So really and truly, that's all I need to hear from them. And obviously, I just keep it going, try to do my thing.
And of course, Ruben, you know, you obviously have to work away from football as most players do at this level. You work in a school. Just tell us, I mean, obviously last night you got back at what, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about your work, what you do.
So I'm ahead of you. So I'm in charge of the year eights in a school in East London. I wouldn't say it's easy. It's quite tough, especially with the new generation. Behavior issues it's quite high. But I would say like the people that I've got working with me, do you know what I mean? Like the other head of years, you know what I mean? They're quite supportive. I would say like it's a mix of batch, you know what I mean? Of quite younger, older, you know what I mean? But we all fully understand each other and we work together and we support you. So it kind of helps on our side. There's days that I come to training very tired or to games, or especially let's say I go to work very tired. Yesterday I got home, I woke up like around 6 and then to go to work and then actually deal with all the situations that happen and everyone's coming to me telling me this happened can be quite a lot. But you know what I mean, you just got to embrace it all at the end of the day. You just got to be grateful for obviously getting a job, you know what I mean, being able to play football and some money and then also help out the family and stuff like that. So you just got to be grateful really and truly. Like I try not complain majority of the time.
Although hopefully tonight you're going to get some sleep because you've got one of those sleep apps, haven't you? And it told you only got 4 hours sleep last night.
Yes, yes. I got the whoop ready. See, I know what time it's gonna tell me to go bed. I'm going to bed like literally as soon as this interview is done. I'm gonna go have dinner and I'm gonna get ready for bed straight away.
The club at the start of the season, we're talking about being happy, sort of to just consolidate, be mid-table. But we find ourselves in this position where we're actually top of the table and really thinking about promotion. What are the expectations now going forward? As I say, we're not even halfway through the season yet, so we shouldn't get too excited. But of course, you know, we are up there and there is an opportunity.
Yeah, the expectations, like on a personal level, for me, expectations have always been the same. Every season, go for it, either win the league or get promotion. No matter team I am. In terms of like individual stuff, like goals and stuff like that, I never actually put a plan in terms of how many goals I wanted to do. This year, I said I wanted before December double figures, but obviously I was aiming in the beginning of the season. I was aiming for 20, but then 20 goals by the end of the year. But now I need to rethink because December is around the corner, and I don't know if I got 20. We'll see how the games go, but 15 goals, I would be happy with 15 goals before December, and then just go from there and just build the momentum from there. As a team, I feel like the boys, we all on the same page. We don't speak much about it, but I would say that we all want promotion. We all want to win the league, and obviously seeing how the games have been going, I think we don't need to say anything else. I think everyone knows what the plan is, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, and we take game by game. That's the most important thing.
Well, what I want to know, who's going to win between you and George for the Golden Boot this season? That's what I want to know.
No, it's a healthy competition, but really and truly, I'll be so honest with you, there's no competition between me and him. the way I seen George, the way me and him connected from the moment I walked into the club, I don't know how to describe it. It's very rare to find a connection like that. And whatever I'm on the pitch, he finds me. Whatever he's on the pitch, I find him. So I don't really think it's a competition. Obviously, most important thing is like I'm gonna try to score as many goals as I can to help the team, and I think he's on the same wavelength as well. Because most important, we both said it. We want to win the league. We don't. There's you don't get nothing for trophy like for scoring goals. You know what I mean? You get stuff from like you get joy from winning trophies. So yeah. So at the end of the day, like when people are gonna look who won leagues in clubs, and if you see my name under, that's like I'll have joy with that. I can say I won the league. Do you know what I mean? But if I can add with with an individual trophy of like, you know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? But that's not mine. That's not my focus at the moment. And I would say even with George, I don't think that's his focus. We just want to score goals to help out the team.